So Michele and I job share. We both transformed the space that you see 3 years ago to TAB. Our Montessori is a student-centered charter environment where the kids are used to being independent and having choice. Follow the child is the philosophy there. So it was only natural to teach this way. And note the mural above on the window there. We'll take you on a tour of the room and how it meets student needs, although it's always changing.
At the beginning of class, students gather around a rug at the front of the room to learn about open centers for the day, share announcements for class discussions, and sharing time at the end of class.
Just press the forward button.
Oh, wait.
You went backwards.
So I'm going the other way.
Yeah, the other way.
But I'm still doing anything. I'm pressing all buttons.
Okay.
Okay. So we list the open centers on the board with any special notes about that center, including reminders, any challenges, or questions that need to be brought up that day.
Storage for play work includes separate shelves labeled for greenware, bisqueware, bisqueware ready to be glazed, and glazed work ready to take home or be displayed. There's also a bin to store new clay that students can take out and put away as needed. We've put a box for unclaimed clay that students can choose one piece from to be painted but not glazed.
So this center has changed many times in our room, including right before these pictures were taken, because it's always a mess, as I'm sure your sculpture is. Our newest addition is the sculpture surprise drawers. We fill these things with things that are donated, found, or that we're clearing out of our storage room, and I mean, those drawers didn't even close that day. It's just all over.
Is that what that is on the right?
Well, that's another picture of storing the sculptures against the window. We just got these new shelves. It used to be on the countertop where you see them.
Okay.
So it's like a picture of the picture. Yeah, sculpture storage is always an issue.
Creating a horseshoe shape with the open shelves helps students to get to the painting and printmaking materials easily. Students can choose to paint with tempera watercolors or Chinese brush painting. Printmaking options include stamping with found objects and sponges, gyotaku, fish printing, and lino printing.
We're constantly finding new ways to make the room completely independent for even the littlest artists and easy for us. So we buy pints of Utrecht tempera and poke a hole in the seal with a stick, and the paint comes out slowly. We don't have to refill paints or get paints for the students. It's really, and it's cheaper than buying gallons, which is weird, but it's true.
What's the brand?
Utrecht.
Students choose from red, yellow, blue, turquoise, magenta, black, and white, which are great for creating secondary colors. School paper towels are used to cover donated styrofoam meat trays for pallets. This way, the paper towel can be thrown away and time is not spent washing the pallets.
Keeping in line with the easy for them, easy for us, we now put brushes in trays instead of cups. They are sorted by type, and we never have to worry about one being upside down and getting ruined. But you can see they still don't always get cleaned with glue in there.
Students love to create secondary colors in many shades of brown by squeezing primary colors into a cup. A teaspoon of tempera paint mixed with water creates the right consistency for this center or work, as Montessori often calls the choices.
Every year I do a collaborative art project with the 6th graders to leave permanently installed in our school. And the design and work is done all by the 6th graders, treating our principal and other teachers as clients. Some years it was after school, and now it's during their art time. The art timeline you saw on the first slide is another example of what we've done. The one above the stairwell there is mostly clay and some painted boards, and then obviously a fiber arts mobile there.
It's hard to see that slide. Our Discovery Activity Center is located under a window so students can create an always changing display with color forms. City blocks, straws and connectors, connectagons, tangrams, magnetic mosaics, and wedges are choices in this center.
We have bins for each day of the week along with a no-name bin, and any artwork left on the drying rack goes in these bins for students to claim the following week. Sometimes we spread out the work on a table or the floor if the bin gets too full and the students have forgotten about their work, which quite often happens.
Art room jobs are always posted in the room so that students who want to help out can choose a job without interrupting the teacher. Students can come from their regular classroom to help out in the art room when their work is finished. This also works great for kids who are just not feeling as inspired at times or need to be put to work.
Fiber arts. Students love this. We have a love-hate relationship with this. It's challenging to keep organized, and ours has changed at least 4 times. We have made a step-by-step guide for popular projects like pillows that you see across the top there, and require students to pass an age-appropriate test for sewing skills. And then sewing needles are only for kids who show that.
The Finishing Center includes blank artist statements and examples of how to write one. There are also examples on how to prepare the work for presentation in a box labeled for finished artwork. To take work home, a student must complete an artist statement. The artist statement must be completed before cleanup time.
I'm a big fan of artist statements. I use them for assessment, for displays, and keeping a record in their portfolios if somebody wants to take a piece of artwork home early before report card time. We have one for pre-writers and one for students who are capable of writing sentences or can tell us and will help them. And then we teach and reteach artist statements all the time.
The class chimes are used to get the attention of the students to make announcements and to signal cleanup time. A 5-minute warning is given before cleanup starts to give students time to finish up or get to a good stopping point. There's a 5-minute cleanup and 5 minutes of sharing time at the end of class.
And then here you see color-coded class portfolios. Each class has a different color so they can easily find and put theirs away independently. And any artwork that fits in there usually stays in there until it's ready to take home.
Are those just a normal size folder, or is that a big portfolio?
It's like a large poster paper folded in half.
Always become a student gallery. The artwork is completed by students, prepared for presentation by students, and hung by students. It's not perfect, but it's just right.
Woo! There you go.